What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to spread the knowledge of factual truth, and where we encourage you to seek after the knowledge of factual truth, because it's very important. So, and also you have to take care of yourself. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, enjoying your life. Don't belittle yourself. Don't let anyone put you down. It's your life, you have to live it. But one of the things that make people belittle themselves or make people put themselves get down is belief. Especially believing in God, believing in spring being. There's no such thing as spring being. No, it does not exist. Have you seen any spring being? No, it doesn't exist. People's figment of imagination is in their mind. That's only where God Almighty is real. So I titled this, which God is spring? Over 80,000 people is being worshipped under the sun today. Not one God, not two gods, over 80,000 gods. So which one is spring? We're supposed to know the one that is spring by showing up. The first test you will give to any God is to show up. Every God that people worship is imaginary. That's why they are the ones speaking for that God. That's why they are the one fighting for that God. That's why they are the one evangelizing for that God. If that God exists and that God is spring, you will see that God. But you see many Africans that are Christians, Muslim and Jews, the reason why they abandoned the one they said was the God of their fathers, God of their ancestors. They say it's because where was that God when white men came and enslaved us? That's the nasty question they keep asking, and I always ask them, okay, the God now you worship, you say has power. Where is that God, or where was that God when armed robbers come invading your house and robbing you, killing your family members? Where was that God? The God you believe is superior to the God of your ancestors. Where was that God during lockdown, when government locked down everything, say you are not going anywhere? You can't withdraw money from your bank account. You can't go even to school. You can't go to where you pay, where you're supposed to be. Where was that God when coronavirus came? Where was that God when you get sick? Where was that God? The same thing that you apply to your ancestors applies to you. And if you believe that your ancestors went into slavery or were carried into captivity because they were worshiping a dead God or a weak God or a God that doesn't exist, a God that is man-made, hello, where is your own God? You have been carried into prison, you have been carried into grave, you have been carried to many places that is unpleasant to you. Your life is miserable, you have bad roads and all that. Where is your God? The God you say is superior to the God of your ancestors. I want you to know that every God is imaginary. Every God is inactive. They cannot do any jack. No God can do anything. No God. No matter the name you call that God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, Buddha, they are useless. It is man, it is people, it is human being, it is men and women that are making that God whatever that God is. That's why they will kill you for that God. That's why they will fight you for that God. That's why they will hate you for that God. But that God will never show up to do anything. Anyone that still believes in God, don't even engage them in argument. Just trash them. Because if that God is real, that God is supposed to be the one speaking for himself, fighting for himself. The God you fight for, the God you speak for is imaginary, is inactive. And that God is speechless. He cannot speak for himself. And that God is man-made. That's why it takes man to worship that God. Man worship God because man made God, not God made man. Oh man. That's why their book is full of contradictions, although they tell you it's the word of their God. No, it's word of different type of people that came up with some ideas, putting God there. Not God is. That's why the Bible is full of contradictions. It tell you jealousy is evil, but they tell you also that God is jealous. So God is evil. They tell you, no, God is not evil. The same book tell them that God is the one that created evil. God said that He created evil. He creates evil. So He's the one that make all this evil happening, all these atrocities happening. They say, no, you don't understand the context. Which context are you talking about? You are the one that said that He's a jealous God. Not that I say that. He said, no. So my co-worker, the one I used to call Almighty God, yesterday I showed him that post I made on Facebook about God being jealous. So he said the context, I said the Bible itself said to be jealous is wrong. He said yes. So he said we went for the definition of jealous or jealousy. Then we found that it's fearful. One, being fearful of losing his position or his possession. He said, yeah, I see God owns us. And I said, but God is the one that created. He's almighty. Why is he jealous of losing his position if he's almighty? Why is he jealous? Why is he fearful? Why is he worried? Why is he being afraid? He says jealousy is bad because when a man is jealous of his wife sleeping with another man, when he cannot prove that the woman is not sleeping with another man, but the man is jealous. He begin to accuse the woman, begin to suspect the woman, begin to put camera on the woman or people to catch the woman. But the woman is innocent. Oh, because he talked to somebody or he tests with somebody or that bullshit. The man became jealous. Jealous is evil. Jealous is imagining things exist which does not exist. If your God is superior as they told you, you won't even have any problem. You won't have fear of evil happening to you. You won't have fear of people forcing you to have a sin. You won't have fear of what other people will do to you or any spirit will do to you. Which God is superior? You say that, oh, the God of Israel is superior to gods of Africans. Number one is this. Africans originally never have one God. And they never have invisible God. What Africans have originally were gods and goddesses, and they were not imaginary, they were not invisible, they were their own ancestors that were dead. But they believe they live in them, with them, and they know them, they saw them, not that imaginary. They made their statues just as you see your father, you have the picture of your father and your mother, and after they are dead, you still have that picture. That doesn't mean you are worshiping imaginary gods. Or Africans never worship any one God. They worship their ancestors, their parents. When we are talking about ancestors, we are talking about our parents. We are not talking about imaginary being that is waiting in some place for us to do something or do all that for them to help us. No, we don't need our ancestors to come and help us. Just as we don't need any God to come and help us. Who can help us? We can help us. We are the one that can help ourselves. Who can fix our bad road? Who can fix our bad government? Who can fix our bad life, our bad things? It is we, the people, that will do that. Not any God, not any spirit. Oh man, when I was preparing to come to work, that thought came into me. You need somebody. Where were you before you were born? You were in a body. You need some for you to succeed in this life, for you to survive in this life. You need somebody, and your body is body. You need your body first. You have your hands, you have your leg, you have your mind, you have your brain to think and do something. You need somebody. That's all you need to succeed in this life, to survive in this world. You want to build a house, whatever you want to do in this world, you need somebody. You don't need spirit. Imaginary spirit or the invisible spirit. You don't need God, imaginary God or invisible God. You don't need a imaginary goddess or imaginary invisible goddess. All you need is visible, physical people just like you. Whether they're in the female body or male body, you need somebody. You don't need God. You don't need Jesus. You don't need any dead ancestors. What you need is yourself and your fellow human beings. You did not fall down from the sky. No spirit gave birth to you. It was somebody that gave birth to you. Oh man. Which God do you say is superior? The God that cannot show up here. The God that cannot do anything. And you telling me that God is superior. Superior to what? Superior to who? A God that cannot stop me from speaking right now is useless. It does not exist. What makes you think that you are God can do a jack? Nothing. It is only you are bragging, but because you haven't seen somebody that slapped that God out of your mind. And that's what I'm doing. I'm slapping that God out of your mind, because that is where that God is real. Only in your mind, in your head. You need to wake up and trust. No God is superior to any other God. Every God is imaginary. Every God is speechless. Every God is inactive. Every God is man-made. All of them. It is people defending God. People do something, they say, God. Okay, see America. What is happening in America right now? Many of you believe Donald Trump is savior sent from God. God sent Donald Trump to save the world. The same bullshit you believe that God sent Jesus Christ, his son, to save the world. Yet the world is not been saved. And they tell you it's only whosoever believe in him. Then why did he send him in the first place? If it's whosoever that believe in him. You know, why are you killing your son? He died in vain. If anybody will still go to hell after his death. You believe God sent Donald Trump. God chose him. It's God that put him there. Obama was antichrist. Any person that is against Trump is against God. They did election. He lost re-election. Now he's going to court. He said, I want to fight it to court because he put some people in the court, but there is no evidence. You cannot win any case in the court by faith. You cannot win any case in the court by prayer. It's evidence. All the courts that have been to has been throwing out their case. He said, stop the count. Why are you stopping the count? You are the judge cannot do that. Because if they do that today, tomorrow, Americans will come after them. And that's why you see everybody that believes in God is corrupt. You know that. Everybody that believes in Jesus is corrupt because their mind has been messed up. So they are corrupt. They follow corruption. They support corruption. So long that corruption has the name tag that bears their own religion. Oh, he's a Christian. I'm a Christian. I support him. He's a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. And among that Christians, oh, it's not my denomination. I support this one, my denomination. Every God, including you are God, you are Jehovah, you are Yahweh, you are Allah, is useless in reality. No God is superior to any, even to an ant. Somebody said that toothpick is even useful. Toothpick is better than, of course, when I eat meat, you need toothpick instead of using my fingernail. So even my fingernail is better than God. Even your finger, you know many things we do with this finger. You know what I mean, right? Your finger will help you. Whether you're a man or a woman, your fingers will help you. Like you want to masturbate, you want to have sex, your finger is better than God. There is no God that's superior to you. If there is any God that exists, it is you. And no God is superior to you. That's why you don't supposed to worship any God. Because God don't worship God. Look at how they put it in the Bible. They said that their God said there is no other God beside him. So that God is atheist. He is God. But he said that he judged among the gods. But now he becomes jealous. He don't want to lose his position. He don't want to lose his position in your life. He don't want to lose you his possession. So now he's jealous that other God will take his place. And he said, you shall worship no other God beside me or before me. If you do that, I will punish you, punish your generation to the 4th generation. Fuck that God. Fuck the God of Abraham. Fuck the God of Isaac. Fuck the God of Jacob. Fuck the God of Jesus Christ. Fuck the God of Christianity. Fuck the God of Islam. Fuck the God of Judaism. Fuck every God that is worshipped under the sun. That is why we have problem today. We are suffering today, fighting each other today because of the silly belief in God. Instead of us believing in ourselves and knowing ourselves, we say we believe God and we stop there. We believe there is God. My co-worker who is older than me. He always said this. Last night he still said that. He said there is an entity that created. I said, who told you these things were created in the first place? I said, for you to understand, I want you to just go to any place. He said trees. I said, go and uproot all the trees and all the grass. Go and uproot them. Then give them, you see them coming up. Nobody created them. That is nature. That is how it's supposed to be. Who brought nature? Who gave you the idea that somebody brought nature into existence? When you take stone, do I say stone? Okay. When the wind is blowing and the grass is like we are in the fall now in America, the grass, the leaves, the dry leaves of the fallen leaves are moving. Who is moving them? God? No, the wind. It's part of the nature, just as you are. There is no God that's superior to you, and there's no God that's superior to your own God. But let me tell you something also. There was no God that enslaved our ancestors. Our ancestors were not enslaved because they depended on any God or because they worship any God. They were enslaved because some people become jealous. Some people become envious. Some people become evil, and they invaded them. They defeated our ancestors with weapon, not with prayer, not with fasting, not with God. They defeated our ancestors with weapon. Our ancestors had weapon for hunting, but these people had weapon for destruction, killing people, killing their fellow human beings. Our ancestors did not build weapon for war. They had weapon for hunting. When you're talking about people being hero or warrior, is by killing all these dangerous animals that comes to kill people. Our ancestors were the only good people that existed before these evil people came. And that's why when our ancestors were in power, there was no war, there was no prison, there was no army, there was no bad government. They were living their life like human beings. Come on. If you still don't understand your human life, learn from animals. At least they stole that and put it in your book. They say, go to the ant and learn. He said, look at the water, learn. You don't need to attend any school to know anything in this world, because you are part of this universe. The knowledge in this world is infinite, and you can know them without needing any man or woman to teach you anything, if you can listen to yourself. Understand that God is not superior to you. God cannot do anything. That's why God needs your money. But the God that needs your money is that thief you call man of God or priest or pastor or pope or whatever you call that, you are spiritually or religiously leader. That is the real God that is taking your money, bettering your his own life, but your own life is getting worse. It is time you wake up, Africans. Know that there is no God that is superior to us, and there's no God that is coming to save us. It is because you belittle yourself. You are waiting for Jesus, you exalted, to come and save you. You belittle yourself and you are waiting for God to come and save you. No. The people that gave you that God and Jesus are the ones that put you in the condition you are in. And you are the only one that will rise up to break those chains. You are the only one that will save yourself from their grip. You are the only one that will save yourself from their bondage. You are the God that exists. You are the Messiah that exists. Jehovah does not exist. Yahweh does not exist. Jesus does not exist, but you do. And you have power to make things happen. I want you to engage that your power. That's the only way you begin to be bold and free yourself, prosper yourself, and become successful as a human being. No God is superior to you, and no God is superior to your God. Stop bowing to any other God. God don't worship God. If you believe, I say believe that you are God, then why are you worshiping any God, saying it's a spring bean? Have you seen that spring bean? Wake up. Wake up, my people. It's not late yet. Some of you say, oh, our people are too asleep, too asleep, they cannot wake up, all that. I said, stop that. I was once a Christian and a pastor, man of God, Reverend Shadrach. I was once all those things, evangelists, all that. But today I am no more. Had it been some people give up that time, I wouldn't have encountered them online to begin to think in the positive direction about my life and about our world. I found that this is our life and this is our world. It belongs to no God. It is our land. We are the one that will fix it, and we are the one that will make it the way we want it to be. There's no God coming to help us. God help me is a lie. God is my maker is a lie. God is my life is a lie. You are the one that is keeping yourself alive. That's why you grasp for breath. If anything comes to take your life, you fight, because you are the one keeping yourself alive. Your parents gave you the life you have, not any God. And you are the one keeping yourself alive, not any God. You have to think and stop thinking. Wake up and live your life, because this life is good. Enjoy it. Okay? Peace.